afternoon, fight fans. Todd Jackson from Hurtsbad Mixed Martial Arts here on behalf of the World Fighting Federation and Apex MMA down here on First and Fort Lowell in Tucson, Arizona. My good friend Michael War Monkey Parker. How you doing, bro? Good to see you, man. I just got done watching you do a nice workout, getting ready for your upcoming fight for the World Fighting Federation, fighting for the title, a rematch against Nick Piedmont, man. How you feeling?
I feel great. Like right now, I've been working with my strength and conditioning coach, Big Daryl Banning. He's got me feeling stronger, faster, leaner, probably than I've ever been in my life. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this is all going to work out. You know, I just want to have a good time. And like you said, it is a rematch with Nick Piedmont, but I'm not putting too much stock in that. You know, I know he's a tough guy. I know he's a obviously from experience, I know he's a very, very tough opponent. But I'm just going to be out there to have a good time.
Absolutely. You know, in your last fight in the World Fighting Federation was a very impressive performance. You know, and getting back to, I know the rematch is not necessarily what's driving you, but there's a lot of us out here that saw that fight. We both know that you guys had a very competitive matchup. Some people lean this way, some people lean that way, but at the end of the day, all that aside, we got to see a hell of a fight over Bellator and Yuma. And I think there's a lot of us in the community that can't wait to see you guys touch gloves and hook them up again, because there's a lot of respect, a lot of talent. It's going to be a good time. I mean, you're looking forward to having a good time in this next fight, though.
Yes, sir. Like I said, I had a lot of respect for Nick Piedmont before the last fight, and I tip my hat even further to him now, because I know I have more respect for his skill and his abilities. And like I said, some people are like, oh, it's a grudge match, oh, it's the rematch. It is absolutely. He's a sportsman. I'm a sportsman. From what I understand, I saw an interview with Nick Piedmont. He said that he was the one who actually requested the rematch. And from my point of view, that my hat's off to him, because that just shows the utmost sportsmanship on his behalf. So.
You couldn't have said it better, or I couldn't have said it better myself. You know, when I was talking to Piedmont up at Lindy's at Red Line Sports Bar and Grill, we were over there for UFC 130. Something that I heard from both of you before the first fight. A lot of respect for each other. We'll touch gloves, and then afterwards we'll have a beer. And to go into the cage and have such a war like you two did for 3 rounds and come out in a split decision, and then to be able to even build upon the respect that you already had is just outstanding. And I think that is a reciprocated sentiment. I know it's a fight game. I know you guys are going to get in there and it's going to get rough, but you guys have a lot of respect for each other, and rightfully so. You guys earned it. So I know that we can't wait for it. I know the title's on the line. I mean, what kind of motivation does that provide for you?
You know, I spoke with my trainer, Joe Rivera, the other day, and he asked me kind of what my motivation was going into this fight. And yes, I understand the title on the line. I understand that, you know, it's a rematch, and some people are like looking for redemption. And I'm like, you know what? No, I'm just having a good time. I think that's probably one of the big mistakes I made in the last fight, was I put a little too much internal pressure on myself. Sure. You know, it was a big show, it was a big Bellator. So, and I put too much on the line personally for myself. And then after that fight, I took that loss kind of hard. So I had to go back to the drawing board, figure out what I needed to do better. And the one thing that I had to change, and it was probably the only thing I had to change, is I just needed to strip myself emotionally and get back to what I love, which is fighting and having a good time. Sure. And so ultimately, even with the title on the line, you know, for me, it's not about the title, it's not about the money. At the end of the day, I just want to put on a great fight for the people of Tucson, like I did for the people of Yuma, and even more so because this is my hometown. And I know that this is his hometown as well, and I know that, so I'm going to have a huge following, he's going to have a huge following. I guess my ultimate goal, besides just fighting and putting on a great show, like I told Joey the other day, I said my goal is to take a handful of Nick Piedmont fans, and by the end of the night, have them be War Monkey fans.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? That's my goal.
That. Well, and the other thing that I wanted to ask you about is the World Fighting Federation itself. You fought for them before. Here you go. Is this your 3rd time with them?
Yes.
Okay. And, you know, here you are finally fighting for a title. Talk about the organization, what they're like to compete for. You've competed for different organizations. And what's your impression of the guys at the WFF?
My impression of the guys at WFF, you know, I speak with Tom on a regular basis. Tom comes down here to Apex. I've gone up to Scottsdale and hung out with Tom. So sure. I have a lot of respect for him as a person, and I have a lot of respect for him as a promoter. Like I said, this is my 3rd time fighting for them. Each and every time they've taken good care of me. So I just look forward to it. And rightfully, they feel like I deserve a title shot, so they've offered me this opportunity. And I'm very, very appreciative of the fact that they've offered me a title shot. So I just want to go out there and not only put on a good fight for the fans, but want to put on a good fight for the World Fighting Federation. That way, when people know that, you know, I'm the World Fighting Federation champion, they know that carries weight, not just for myself, but for the organization itself.
Absolutely. And the matchmaking over there is stellar. They got 4 title fights, which one of them is obviously yours, and I really can't wait for the event, and I can't wait to be out there sitting cage side. I'm going to be calling your fight just like I did for the last one, and I really can't wait to see you guys hook them up, man. Thanks for your time. We'll see you out there, all right, brother? Take care.